And you know, I'm feeling adventurous, so after we decreased the difficulty last time, cause of bugs, we're going back to daring. And if it doesn't work, we will cry and go back.
I always keep my options open.
Yeah. I don't see anything. I will leave you for a time. Okay. Well, that was not very enlightening. Suspicious absence. The rogue trader's retinue has suddenly grown smaller. The reason for the departure did not sound particularly convincing, so perhaps it would be best to investigate what is happening at the Shrieker's den in the pit. Well, looking at that, Argenta's gone, Heinrix is gone, Ulfar is gone. I think they are going ahead to kill Marazhai.
Is there money to be made?
And I mean, I understand it. Very good, but I will admit, if you haven't read the books, you might miss a lot of the stuff. I thought it was great, but I heard a lot of people complaining as I left saying they didn't understand the movie. Ah, okay. I mean, I'd say that's definitely an issue if you have to read the book to understand the movie, but I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Still have to watch it, but I don't watch too many movies or series in general, so let's see when I do that. Yeah, of course, they're trying to kill Marazhai. That was the silent communication behind our back. Time seems to stand still when you enter. Figures cast in shadow, huddled against the walls, turn to you. Everyone except the few standing frozen in the middle of the room, with weapons in their hands. The air around Heinrix seems to crackle with cold. He's grimacing and spitting blood, clearly in pain from a bruise on his cheekbone. Pretty quick for carrion. Argenta's panting, but her weapon is steadily trained on Marazhai. May thy will fortify my hands, may my faith in thee grant me strength. Ulfar's rumbling, malicious laughter echoes off the lair ceiling. A nimble pest, aren't you? You could have surrendered without a fight. I would have snapped your neck and spared your torments, but you chose to die more painfully. Killing the Xenos who wanted to kill us. Understandable, right? Despite his proud stance, Marazhai is clearly struggling to stay upright. His armor is battered and chipped in places, and his twisted face is marred with bloody streaks. Closer, monkey. Closer if you're so eager to know the caress of my blades. Marazhai, whose armor's dented in a few places, lets out a guttural laugh. What are you waiting for? It is about time we finished our little dance. Marazhai lightly brandishes his blades, laughing mockingly in his opponent's face. I can continue dancing with you for a long, long time, but I am growing wary of your pathetic attempts. Honestly, considering how they were treated, more understandable. 120%. Absolutely. I'm kind of surprised Pasqal isn't with them. And Yrliet kind of too. What is going on? Not all your lackeys are well trained, Edward. As soon as I crossed the threshold of the squalid hole, I was forced to take up arms. I'm merely doing my job, Edward. Eric's voice drips with sarcastic venom. I've not heard you officially declare yourself the protector of the Xenos, and so the Ordo is fully within his right to act. The abomination that you have allowed into our ranks of your companions must die. His will and my duty, rogue trader. Argenta's eyes burn with a frenzied, incinerating fire. I'm guessing you saved the Drakari. I wouldn't call it saved. I allied with him to make a fight easier. Pasqal is more logical. Could be. Maybe also just pragmatic, right? Oh there. I decided to unwind by changing the stringy Xenos across the ceiling. Join me, 8-farter. You know, Edward is not going to protect Marazhai. He slaughtered lots of Dragonis, he slaughtered lots of our subjects, he lured us into Gomorrah, he tortured, or well, he not personally tortured us, but caused us all to be tortured. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't kill him. So he has outlived his usefulness, I'd say. And Edward draws his weapon. Let's rid this world of the scum together. The right decision. Heinrix's eyes blaze with otherworldly eyes. His will be done. There are some things in this universe that cannot be changed. Wolf meets Xenos, Xenos dies. Let's finish him, H-Fudger. Marazhai lets out a furious cry and, raising his blades, rushes at you and your companions before you can move. Oh, seriously? With this whole camp, we cannot attack him? I hate it. I really wished for a fight. Well. It is kind of sad that, I mean, a Drukhari companion is really interesting and fascinating, but like, how would you argue... That's also a bug. How would you argue to keep him? And I mean, to just complain about it once more, that's your only male gay option in this game. It's like this guy who, well, gets off and survives by torturing people. Hey, representation! But yeah, I complained about that enough already, but I will still mention it from time to time. Another bug, we saw Malice die. We have Malice skin in our inventory. Why is he there? If you want to morally good, you cannot. I don't think it is just that you can't be morally good to keep Marazhai. It feels like the only smart choice. I mean, why would you take the person who does nothing to redeem themselves, who's member of a very sadist Xenos race? Why would you keep him? Why would you allow him on your ship? Like, he destroyed a lot of your dynasty, of your worlds, and he got you here. Anyway, I don't get that. And once more, I don't like that only the evil and deviants are the queer characters. Because I mean, Jai is not necessarily evil for 40k standards, I guess, but also deviant. Huh. His lip may have been gravely maimed, but his gaze remains proud, piercing, and malicious. That makes no sense. He died in the arena. We have a skin in our inventory. Anyway. Let's see if we can talk to our companions about Marazhai. I don't think so.
Let us raise our cup.
I mean, also, maybe we can talk about Theodora being killed. And knowing who did that. Also nothing new.
The filters of knowledge bestowed upon us by the machine god.
I don't think we can talk about... I mean... we could probably comment on Theodora's killer. Yrliet probably not.
You came back from the dark, Elentark?
Or,
Oh no. So says a butterfly.
but I think we don't get any new dialogue. Argenta? No. Okay, back to the Mechanitor. It is kind of weird that we can't talk to our companions about Theodora's killer. Or also talk to Argenta about it, because I mean, it is a pretty major thing in the game. Anyway, talking about morally questionable things, let's go back to the Mechanitor. I wonder what we will get if we give him the tissue samples. And if we have to fight something more, if it's going to backfire.
Rushna Doral.
Did you keep Marazhai, Alistair? Like, was he part of your retinue? Or did you recruit him at all, or just for a
I
short while?
always have a backup plan.
Atomical Opera. Oh. The rising currents carry the smell of pain, blood, ichor, and failed ambition. The smells of the dark city. What a pleasant place. With my wings flung open, I weave a path through the spires like a dark lightning bolt, chaotic and unpredictable in its patterns. To fly is to hunt, and everyone in flight hunts everyone else. Even I, Scorch, Gather, Bloodfeather, do not have the privilege of inviolability around this path. I may become someone else's prey, except probably not today. This day, I am the hunter. My homunculus modified olfactory receptors pick up the scent of my prey and treat cautiously as I approach. The stench of monkey is foul but varied, and the scent of my prey is quite telling. A powerful specimen, brash and reeking of the blood of others. I descend to the minaret that grows off the nearest spire, provides me with an excellent view. Accelerator reflexes allow me to assess the situation in a fraction of an instant. It is time. I guess that's the weird angel we saw quite a few times. Interesting. Now it's his time to strike. I would say this is the only gay character in Path of the Righteous was pretty nice. Absolutely. The sociopath were both bi and straight. True. Camilla and Darren, right? I mean, I really enjoyed Ulbrick. In Wrath of the Righteous, I romanced him, but was very close to romancing Social. He was pretty cute. So it's not a pattern for our cat. But I mean, I heard that also in Kingmaker, you also have just a chaotic evil character who's gay, or who's bi, but the only gay option. So it's not a pattern for our cat. Might be, though not so sure. I mean, if you say like 2 out of 3 characters in Wrath of the Righteous fit that pattern, all the characters in Rogue Trader fit that pattern, and as far as I heard, also the one in Kingmaker fit that pattern, there is a kind of pattern. Anyway, I killed Marazhai during the arena fight, so did I. Ah, okay. Very understandable. I wonder how this is going to turn out, because I mean, he escaped, so we will meet him again. Okay, so we're now playing this murderous Drukhari angel. But I still decide to wait and get a better look at the prey. A male monkey, a pampered uppercase crab who was fed and equipped with the best their race can offer. It suddenly arrived in the Dark City recently, the city which has not yet managed to leave a mark of perpetual expectation of doom on its flatulent snout. The most glorious game, which clings to life the strongest and leaves the sweetest death essence. The reflexes urge the muscles to act. I act. Great, so someone else is hunting us. The shard carabine spews forth a stream of crystalline projectiles that howl and shatter as they pierce the flesh of the prey. That's not good. A deadly slashing blizzard drapes the street in bloody snow, and the bodies of random passers-by caught in the fire falling to the ground. And this is a common occurrence in the spires. Everyone around me flees from the field of death, whose borders I have made clear. The prey falls, but it is still alive. It did not expect the hunt to end with the first salvo. The prey is badly injured. I can easily finish it off in the open. The prey summons companions to its aid. I mean, why do that alone? A mistake. I unleash a new fan of crystalline shards, and the flesh of the prey blossoms with new cuts from our projectiles. Anyone who tries to approach it will be killed by the brittle shrapnel. The prey should have run away, not given more chances to cripple it. The prey is weak. The prey. We could try to locate him. I'm kind of afraid we will die. Come on, 64%, we can do it. Yes. Its frantic gaze is looking from a winged figure. The hyperpupils allow me to examine the prey's face. I can see its eyes scrutinize my gear. There's no need to hide anymore, so stand up to my full height and emit a wailing battle cry. Let the prey know what will kill it. The prey breaks into run. Clever. By escaping from the open streets, the prey has deprived me of the advantage of my long-range weapon, but I will not let it escape, so I spread my wings and soar over the alley, pelting the prey with bursts of indirect fire. The chase must not end too soon. The petitioner wanted my prey to die slowly. I wonder which petitioner, but probably the leader of the arena or something, right? The prey... Toughness, agility, ballistic skill. Those are our worst skills, I think. But I think our best is probably ballistic. The prey grabs someone's weapon from the ground and returns fire at random. Ah, nice. The air fills with gunfire. As soon as the prey fires the first shot, everyone starts shooting at everyone else. This chaotic firefight engulfs the entire street. It spreads across the dark city like a wildfire, mindless and violent. Isn't Gomorrah always mindless and violent? I'm forced into a steep dive, spinning around and dodging the tracks of multiple projectiles. The damn trick worked, and I let out a frustrated squeal. The hunt continues. The prey manages to elude me for a moment by ducking into a crowded street. The jet boosts on my back amidst a stream of ghostly blue flame, and I continue my pursuit. As I storm into the street, I see the prey again. This is a nice catch. The petitioner wanted me to deliver the prey to her, but I decide to do something different. When it's over, I will impale the body of the prey on a spike protruding from the highest spire, so that it serves as a testament to my victory. My flight is swift. Everything unnecessary and atavistic had been cut from my body, so that air currents carry it like a projectile from a splinter rifle. Alas, this is also my weakness. I'm so light, even a small obstacle can throw me off course. But the prey has no idea how vulnerable I am in flight. Unfortunately, willpower succeeded. The initial horror caused by my sudden attack has already worn off. The prey has suppressed its panic and is acting decisively and boldly. A commendable triumph of will over instinct. Seeking to slow me down, the prey turned some bystanders against me, using others for my own needs. It only takes the prey a couple of furious shouts to convince those huddled in the alley that a monster's coming for their heads. Lies. I'm only pursuing the prey. I am met with frantic gunfire, and after making a sharp ascent, I take a pair of plasma grenades from my belt and hurl them into the crowd. The bodies of the gullible fools who believe the prey evaporate and turn into bloody mist. The luckier ones fire at me, and one of the shots brings me to the ground. I wail furiously and finish them off with pointed bursts from my shard carabine. To cast me down is an indelible insult. Drukhari really have issues. The conclusion is drawing closer, and it feels like we're on a pretty good way to get away. It's a really nice artwork. Corrupted Angel. The thing is with the wings, I think it's also an experiment of the Mechanitor, right? Curious. But I mean, probably he just modifies people. Ah, thanks, Alistair. A Drukhari Scourge is a genetically altered Drukhari mercenary who has had wings grafted on their body and who now serves essentially as a jump infantry in Drukhari raid forces. If one were to trespass among the judging spirals of Kai Komorrah, one might just make out the winged figures soaring up the hot turmoils of the Dark City. I really like this Drukhari Angel vibe they have. Of course, they're just ruthless killers. As I turn the corner, I triumphantly realize that I have driven the prey into a dead end. It is time for the massacre. The poison I received from the petitioner as payment for the hunt is contained in the crystalline projectiles and should have worked by now. It will slow down the nervous system of my prey, weaken its muscles, and render it unconscious. Koru's test failed. Obviously, I mean... yeah, 8% chance to succeed. When I spot the prey, I'm pleased to note the early signs of the effect my combat toxin is having on it. Its movements are slowed, and it's blinking often. Spots are floating in front of its eyes by now. The prey. Minus 80, and we just have Demolition, Athletics, and Logic. I don't think we know any of those. I think probably the best is Logic. Yeah. Oh gosh, let's hope we don't die. The prey lunges at me first. I realize too late that it is not desperation, but cold determination behind it. Logic failed. In the blind alley, where my prey is about to die, there's enough room for me to spread my wings and soar. It does not grant me an opportunity to do so, and kicks me back in the cramped street. The prey wishes to fight where it has the advantage. With my wings folded, I ratchet up the jet booster and rush past the prey like a projectile. I am airborne again. I am flying. The fight will be on my terms. If we now die, I don't see how we can win, because I mean we just have a 10% chance. Because those are just 3 skills we do not know. Everything will be over in minutes. Okay, we can do more. We don't immediately die. Thank the Emperor. The outcome will be decided in close combat. Wasting no time, my prey and I seize one another in violent, furious embrace. Every decision made over the course of this fleeting hunt is being weighed, tipping the scales that will ultimately determine the winner. I'm unpleasantly surprised when I realize the prey is aware of my combat style. It covers the vulnerable spots I like to cut open with my monomolecular claws, but this knowledge will not save it from death. Yeah, it is pretty close. Oi, ye gits, who's ready for a good crumpet? Hey, Swamp Rat. Nice to see you again, I hope you're fine. My embedded glands spew hyperadrenaline into my bloodstream, and my artificially grown muscles convulsively swell in the porous fabric of my ghost blade. I torment the prey with claws protruding from my forearms and knees. I'm the prey. That feels like the last chance we have, because otherwise I think we would just die. It sounds like we're in the worst spot possible. Strength, weapon skill, Medicaid, toughness. We really have the wrong character. Fellowship doesn't help you. Toughness 50? Probably. Let's go 15 strength. Also, that's kind of bugged. Look at that. Strength 30, difficulty modifier plus 70, but it just says 50. Even if it's just 50, it's 80%. And this should be 55. We're going to go with strength. And the prey brings in brute force, trying to break my fragile bones and shatters my joints. Succeeded! Yay! Whew. Powerful blows crushed the hollow bones drilled by the crafty homunculus. Their lightness served me well during the flight, but has betrayed me here on the ground. I lose my footing, my body going floppy like a wreck. My strength waning, I reach for the short carabine and shoot the prey right in the face at point-blank range. The crystalline projectile whisks within a hair's breadth of this face. The crushing blow turns the magnificent weapon to rubble with a mournful crunch. Okay, option 2 is I die. Let's not do that. Always good to see you, Ethan. Thank you. Taking a week vacation between jobs, been working like a dog. Oh, then I really hope you can enjoy the vacation and get some peace and quiet. All the best for that. Any plans? Deadeye Captain, Gork loves me and Morg thinks I is the best. If you knew me, it's gonna kill me. Oh gosh, that's so hard to read. Stop with that orc language, I guess. Anyway, we have a fight to survive. The prey grabs me by the throat, lifts me into the air and snarls. It seems to want to know why I attempted to kill it. I have to die? Why do I have to die? I succeeded the last check. Would I tell it if I could? About my petitioner, Kikuras the Witch, about how insulted she was by the deaths of her fosterlings, the bloodstained proselytes in the arena at the hands of my prey, about how badly she wanted to spite the prey's master, the sour-tempted homunculus Taventius who'd arranged that insult. I do not know, for my throat is crushed, and only a faint wail escapes it. Oh, no, I think I die. It is all from the point... I'm stupid. It's all from the point of view of, the angel. So I think he dies. I die. Yeah. Anxiety. I'm dying at the feet of my prey. No, at the feet of a monkey. A humiliating end for one who earned the status of apex hunter of Gomorrah through torturous alterations of the flesh and a bloody pilgrimage to the very end of the spires. Does it hurt to perish like this? It does. Is it fair? It is. The chaotic burst of violence that bloodied the streets of Gomorrah ends just as abruptly as it erupted. Such is life in the spires. We survived! Oh my gosh, it felt so close. Nice! I really like those passages. It's really nice and intensely written. Okay, so we have even more enemies now. We really need to go. Oh boy. The Dokari was killed, not you. This is a massive insult to the Scorch clans, they will be pissed. I'm afraid so. But where are the Dokari placed currently? Really great. And I don't think the Arc Mechanitor is going to help us at all. But maybe we can free Cassia. I really hope we can free Cassia. Lady Navigator, I want you back. And I also feel we're going to beat Marazhai very soon again. I never made it this far in the game. I'm horrid at this game, but I love it. Because of the time it takes, or like pacing. I think the pacing is sometimes a little bit messed up.
Rise to the top, or get left in
I
the
really
dust.
like to play it, it's really fun. Okay, Taventius, we gotta talk. Taventius rushes about the laboratory, snatching up certain tools, vials, and notes. He conceals some of these items inside his own body cavities and destroys the rest. Is he trying to flee? Is he packing? I have done what you wanted. The homunculus glares at you and roars furiously. This isn't what I desired, not to this extent. You wanted us to win an arena battle. How's there an extent? The cult of the Fed of Thirst craves blood, specimen. Your blood. My blood. One must be astoundingly insensitive to the vibrations of the Dark City not to realize this. Excuse me that I'm not native to this horrid place. I'm mostly for the story, but some of the tactics I like up and no one goes into my traps, then I spend 30 minutes chasing one enemy across the map while he takes pot shots at me. That's annoying. I think sometimes it feels a little bit slow. And I'm still complaining about the romance options, but beside that I like the game. But there's still some bugs. And also some story bugs. So yeah, I get you. Why do the witches desire my death? You humiliated them, monkey. Kikaros and I agreed that she would send fresh meat against you, but she decided to undermine my authority by sending out her best. You slaughtered them, and so it was the cult's authority that suffered. But who cares about a pathetic monkey? You're my lackey. And thus it is I who is responsible for undermining the cult's authority. And you're blaming me for that? You know, you dispatched me to kill the witches. Are you telling me you did not anticipate such consequences? It was supposed to go differently. Your performance was supposed to be a lesson in respect, not a declaration of war. You would have killed someone unimportant and made the witches' vanity bleed. The witches would have received your head as a salve for their wounded pride. Of course. They would have been reminded for a time that I was still someone who could greatly complicate their existence. Instead, you failed me, all of you. Kikaros did not keep her words, and you did not die in her trap. It is all your fault that things have spiraled out of control. Getting Cassia back might be difficult. I hope we can get her back. I don't care about Kikaros. You promised me to get me out of here. You hear mockery in the homunculus voice. Forget the old promises, monkey. This is war. My loyal servants are being slaughtered across the chasm. I cannot take any more specimens away with me, and the ones I've already packed are far more valuable than you. And so unravel the rotten threads in the tapestry of fate. Alantark, here is the true nature of the Dark Ones, a lie hidden behind sweet promises. Having learned from a cruel mistake, I foresaw this outcome. It's not really surprising, though. The thing is, how do we escape now?
So, what's the plan?
I will leave the anatomical opera and withdraw to the spire of the raving tempest. The witches won't dare to settle their sores under the eyes of my patrons, so the Cabal's valuable servant is safe from their ire. As for you, guard in the streets of the chasm and die. Or go to the arena and try to kill Kakarus. Even if you succeed, you will still die. The homunculus mutters furiously and haughtily. I should have stopped wasting time on this idiocy long ago. What those pathetic simpletons did was weaken my focus and distract me from my masterpiece. At last, I can devote all of myself to it. Do you really want to know what you're doing? Probably you won't tell me. How can we manipulate him so that he's going to help us?
I shall end Kakarus.
Avenger has become so absorbed in his thoughts that he starts shearing pieces of his own flesh with his scissor-like claws. Enter the arena. The succubi will not pass up this chance to gut you in front of an audience. If you could simply wound Kakarus, it would give us both enough time to escape. For that, I would be willing to sacrifice the deadliest and most valuable specimens in my collection. Looking at your schedule, I want to make a stupid joke. Go ahead, I'm all about stupid jokes. If you manage to kill her, run. Then Astoria will not let such impertinence go unpunished. Nirav is 100-fold more dangerous than Kakarus' fury. Do not return to the chasm. You will find no shelter there. Seek salvation in other spires, and you may prolong your agony for a short time. Oh gosh. So we basically now have to go against one of the leaders, and after that we can just escape. We really need to look for a ship or something. Like your schedule says, also I'm only buy on a weekly basis. I love it. I don't hate you. I love dumb jokes, as I said. How about the weekend? Still be up buy on that?
I found some materials. Are they suitable for your new monster?
The homunculus digs through the chunks of flesh with the enthusiasm of a hungry vulture. Finally he snaps, good materials. Good specimen. Bring me more. We brought him so much. We don't get a single nice thing as a reward.
So, since you intend on fleeing, you might as well release my companions.
I cannot transport them to my new sanctuary. You may take them. Some may still be alive, but do not allow them to use their abilities until I've left the anatomical opera. Well,